Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat. Purplatypus is the name, and welcome to our very first Unicorn Overlord video. So, you might be asking, the game's out? The game's out? Is the game? No, I'm sorry, the game's not out. This is the Nintendo Switch demo. I didn't get early access, anything like that. But I kind of want to talk to you about it because there's a lot going on. But really quick, first, before we jump into it, you know what I got to do? I got to give a thanks to my 4 members and supporters. Thank you very much. Actually, Shadows just upgraded from a a supporter to a member as well. So very awesome. Grateful for that. Thank you very much. Now, this demo has got a lot going on. Just to give you context here, all right? We're going to talk about the game. Well, there's a lot of videos coming and stuff, but just to give you context, I'm currently 2 hours and 41 minutes into the demo. And there are at least several more combats. The end isn't in sight, is what I'm trying to say. Like, maybe it's right around the corner. It's hard to tell with the demo, but like, I've been playing this game as if it was the full release, and it's been fun. And the game hasn't hindered me on anything. Nothing. It said full version only. Also, your story progress will carry over to the main game. My favorite thing that RPGs will do, or games, RPG-like games will do. So this game has a lot of things. One, I didn't expect this kind of open world segment like this. If you see this, like we're on like the world map, right? I know the buttons, all right? I know the buttons. Which one is it? It's this one. And as you go, you're actually gonna just kind of walk around and uncover more and more of the map. But if you try to access certain parts of the map, it won't let you because there's like combat, right? Like these are seized by an evil dude or whatever. So if we want to progress this way, we're going to have to do this fight and give us an enemy level and stuff like that. And you can kind of see what you're going to fight. So this is a really interesting part of the game, I think. But overall, what is the game actually like? It's kind of complex, and I'll say it's difficult. I'm playing on expert difficulty right now. And it hasn't been like brutally difficult, but like I've had to reload to do it. And this is, only a 3 or 4 fights in. So it's definitely going to get harder. I mean, it already is reasonably hard, but it's a strategy game in its purest sense, where it is like, it's all about the planning and the moving and stuff. Now, when it comes down to it, it's basically a really big, fancy auto battler. Yes. Now, I personally do not mind that. However, it is essentially an auto battler where you position your units on these squares and you control where your units go, right? Like they're on these squares, but you kind of, when the battle starts, they'll be on a map just like this. And then it's real time. They'll move around, kind of like Field Chronicle. They'll move around and they'll go smack something. But once you actually enter combat, it goes into like an RPG-like screen. However, you don't have direct control. Your characters are going to basically do whatever they want. How do I select this? There we go. They're gonna do whatever they want. They are going to operate off of the tactics you've given them. So you don't control. It's an auto battler, but you get to choose their auto battling. So in a sense, you just got to play out the battle before it happens, right? So a great example here, right, for like the loadout, you get full control of all this shit, like full control. So if I come down here, this is the priority list. I could be like, all right, so this guy always uses crush before he uses smash. That's not really necessarily like efficient. You might want something like smash to be used on, let's take a look. There might be something specific like high stats. Or like if HP, highest physical defense, maybe that's when you want to use smash. Or maybe you want to use it at when certain things are debuffed or whenever, as a first action, second action, you could literally set specific stuff, right here. Activates only when it's on the wearer's first action of battle. So you could choose literally turn by turn exactly what they do. But there's a lot of enemies, and the enemies are very rock paper scissorsy in how they work. So like even if you have something like this, it's not going to work in every combat situation. But you can, I'm sorry, my camera's kind of in the way. It's not that bad though. But basically, this is what you do when you look at a unit like this guy. He has his stats, right? So you can see his HP initiative. You can kind of see how strong he is. His physical attack is super high as this character. It's just the type of character they are. They basically are anti Well, they're basically kill shit characters, so we'll say that. They're pretty hard countered by thieves though. But well, kind of. But that's not important right now. So you get to choose their equipment. So you get to kind of build them how you want. And you also get to choose exactly which attacks they can use and in which order and which conditions. You can see which skills they get access to. So I can see, like, just by leveling up at 1 and 10 as a House Carl, he is going to get these abilities, and then you can go to an advanced class, right? And then you can get more abilities. But like, all right, activates after an ally is hit by an attack. You counter attack a single enemy, inflict. So you could choose basically which of these you want to use. The combat is very weird, but the point is you're going to get new abilities. And then, you know, they've got all these details. He's got a specific leader ability, and then he's got an infantry mobility type. And then you can absolutely get rapport going, which gives you more bonuses. And then you kind of get an overview here. But one thing I forgot to mention about the combat is you have AP and PP. So active points and passive points. So each ability, well, let's just say these abilities, the red ones will take active points and the blue ones will take passive points. And so as you go into combat, your characters are going to go in order of their initiative. Right, this guy's got 26 initiative, so he pretty much always goes first. And he's basically going to use his action point. And once all characters have gone through their turns and used their action points, then the combat is over. The passive points do not need to get used, but certain passes will activate on certain things, right? Like this guy gets a passive point when he does a guard, basically. When he is about to get attacked, he can defend some of that, uses passive. It's kind of almost like a reaction. Whereas this guy, if he doesn't use his passive in the course of the fight, when the fight's over, he'll attack an additional time for free. So he kind of gets 2 actions. Very, very good offensive unit. So it's kind of like just crazy. And then you go and do these side missions and collect resources and level up your towns. Let's do a mock battle between 2 of our units so you can kind of see here. So I have no idea which of these are going to win. So let's find out. These are my 2 main squads right now. But you go into this RPG and then I can see, all right, so he's going to attack him with a passive steal. He gets rid of the passive point of that unit. And then we have our physical attacker coming in, but he's also got smashed, so he's stunned. So instead of him going, it's going to be her. And he dodges, right? And so now he's going to attack. He does good damage, but maybe not enough. And then he actually lands his hit. And he lands that hit. And so who wins? And so now the fight's over. And this is the end result of the fight, basically. And this side, even though they look strong in the beginning, actually lost. So the fights are auto resolution. And the fights end once all the action points are done. But that doesn't mean it doesn't go till everybody dies. So that would be like 1 round. Every time you attack something, basically it takes a stamina, and when you're out of stamina, you gotta rest. Or if enemies attack you a bunch and you just run out of stamina, you can't move and you can't defend yourself. So that's important as well. But there's just a lot of mechanics. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. Lots of characters. It's got great artwork with this exploration, and you get to explore in a really fun way. You can do really fun combat. There's a lot of really good strategy. I was having so much fun while playing this game. The progress carries over to the main game. This demo is free and I'm already 3 hours into it, and I don't even know when it's gonna end. I've been having so much fun. I'm so sad for when I hit the end of this demo. I know what's gonna happen, but you can station guards, you know, at these towns, and then they'll generate resources. The guards aren't ever under attack and they can still be used in combat, so you don't need to feel bad about doing it. But now it's like, all right, I could also expand these so I could use more units here, right? Instead of only having 3 units, I can make it so I have 4 units. And because units are basically go one-on-one, if you have 3 units or 4 units, that shit makes a big difference, man. An extra unit is an extra action, which means you're just way stronger, especially in the early game when you have 2 units and you go up against this boss here that has 3 units. That is a 33% or a 50% increase on your stuff. But honestly, this has been a lot of fun. I say you got to get in there, download this demo, play this game if you have a Switch. If not, I mean, you could live vicariously through me. I'm going to be streaming this until I'm done with the demo, and then maybe I'll grind a little bit. Maybe I'll try. I want to practice some builds, kind of. I want to learn how to use this system well. You know, the like a perfect example for this. What's going on here? For like this tactic here, there was it wasn't on this one. Which squad was it on? I think it was on this squad here. Like specifically when we were going up against thieves, they could usually dodge 1 time. Maybe they could dodge twice, but they usually could dodge 1 time. And so one thing that was important for me is I had this guy target the character with the least passive points, because the thieves use their passive points to dodge attacks. And so this character was sometimes randomly attacking just like if there were two thieves, he would attack the wrong one. They'd both dodge. But if you have this set up so it's you're the least passive points, if the thief already is dodged, this guy will go in again and he will actually guarantee, well, not guarantee, but he will actually be able to attack without the guarantee miss. So very, very, it's been fucking incredible so far. And it's just the demo. I feel like this game has a pretty big skill cap, which is surprising for an auto battler style game with, I don't know. Like, I'm early in the game and I'm already feel like I could be doing a way better. I could be min-maxing just a lot better than I am. I mean, the game gives you a little bit of triangle strategy vibes. It gives me a little bit of Octopath Traveler 2 vibes with just the way the map kind of is structured and the way you kind of reveal it. It gives me obviously auto battler vibes, but it also gives me like it's just a lot of good vibes. Some Fire Emblem vibes too, you know, with the way you recruit characters. Although characters don't permanently die, they seem to be okay with you letting characters get killed. They just go down that fight and then they get back up, or you could use items, so it's not a big deal. But guys, this game is looking like it's going to be fucking great. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And that's going to be it for today. I'm going to save. I'm not going to be playing off stream right now because the demo is probably pretty limited and I want to be sharing it with you guys. But again, one more final shout out to my my members and supporters. Thank you, Shadows Dan Gaming. Thank you, Shadows Den Gaming. I'm sorry, I always say Dan. I don't know why, because I'm thinking of Dan Giesling, the content creator. And Bring the Pain. Thank you very much. And yeah, that's it. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'll see you with another. I've got quite a few videos for this game I want to make, but I want to get through the demo before I really start diving in. But yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.